best badass pose right in front of that thing. Oh, heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about, right? What is it that you haul?
I haul sludge, which is actually human poop.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun with this one.
Yes, it's a little stinky.
You can definitely smell it. Amy's a special guest because we wouldn't be here if it weren't for Amy having gotten us out into the social media world. What are we talking, 7 years ago now? Is that right?
2015?
Yeah, that's 7 years, right?
Yep.
The first truck show I ever went to was the Road Rangers 413 truck show. Nobody really knew about us in the nice truck scene. We showed up at this show and we could not give away our stuff. It was like, seriously.
Whole back of your pickup full.
Yeah, we filled up the whole back of my pickup truck full of the, M-Shine and all the formulas back then, and we didn't really have a knack for making them look pretty. We basically didn't have the curb appeal that we have now. We had a hard time just giving things away for free. People were very skeptical about the stuff, and when it was done, I threw Amy a container of the M-Shine formula. We used it on her trailer, and it came out great, and she posted on Facebook, and that's when I realized that all of my customers were on Facebook showing off their trucks. And that was the beginning of everything. I'm pretty grateful that we're here, and big thanks to Amy for that. You want to come check out the truck though? Oh, you're pumped to see this one. Oh God, yeah. Yeah, it smells in here.
Oh.
New truck. Not had much time to get dirty, but certainly needs a little less smell. You smell that? Kona's looking at me through the window there like I'm being eaten by an alien. It's all right, girl, I'm okay. I'm okay. There's minimal damage in here. All right, here we go. goal I have here is to get as much of the solids off of this thing as I can. I think it's a good time to bust out the undercarriage washers. So I've got a few different options escalating in price point. This thing's actually pretty good, man. I wonder how this thing will work. Water broom mode, undercarriage mode. Oh boy. Alright, that was pretty cool. Next up we got the Warm Q. This thing has a strange name, but very cool packaging. I think this is gonna be a nice one. So it definitely feels bigger already. It's got 4 nozzles on it instead of 3. Yeah, so we got 4 nozzles on this thing. Normal 1/4-inch male pipe thread nozzles. You could put different nozzles in here. You could even work in a quick disconnect onto one of these so that you can put a soaper nozzle in and drop the pressure and inject soap. This is loose. Dang it. I'll show you guys how to get this thing to inject soap. To do this, you'll need a 1/4-inch male pipe thread quick disconnect socket. You'll need a 1/4-inch female pipe thread quick disconnect plug, and you'll need a soaper nozzle. Let me show you how this is done. 14mm socket. We'll take one of these right off. The nozzle that we took out, we're now gonna put some thread locker on that, and our plug, we're gonna just put it in here. I'm gonna tighten this guy down here. Now we have rinse position or soap injection position. Let's try this out and make sure it works. I think it's more helpful for this to be a soap applicator than just a thing that lightly mists the underside of the truck, because salt neutralizers could be sprayed through this thing. So I think that that'll be a huge help for me this winter while we're trying to fight the salt. Let's move on to the next option. We have another undercarriage sprayer. It's the next step up from this one. This guy right here. So you hook up this end to this pipe that's included with this one, and then you have this little wheel adapter here. This thing is kind of nice because it gives you an easier time to reach way underneath. This thing is crazy. You could do the same thing with this one where you put the soap nozzle on, but we won't worry about that with this one just yet. I don't really like it. Yeah, let's get all this stuff off the back. I mean, it's well made. I think some people might like it, but I feel like I'm backing up a tractor trailer while I'm using it. This would be better for a low profile vehicle because you can easily stay real low on the ground. I could see this being great for like a sports car or something. Now the thing is that none of these are really hitting that hard because they're using these normal fan nozzles. These dissipate very quickly, and when you're washing a big rig, you're basically just throwing a light mist at the surface by the time you travel 2 or 3 feet to where you're hitting. So I've got another option that's gonna hit really hard. Let's check this one out. The hurricane. Wheel's too small. I can put bigger casters on it. It's not a deal breaker. Dang it. So this gun here is completely unnecessary. I'm gonna put a Q-connect behind this to adapt into this. I'll just salvage this fitting here. The reason I don't want to use that gun on this undercarriage sprayer is because I don't want to have to turn off my power washer to disconnect the gun that I normally use to then hook up the gun that comes with this thing. I want to do it after the gun with the Q-connect system so that it's easier. See those hexagons there? That's what you want. You're gonna line them up. Nice. Oh, heck yeah. All right, it's the moment of truth. That's hitting pretty good, man. It's certainly getting covered in junk. Yeah, we're knocking loose some stuff. Still looking a little bit, you know, we still need to hit harder. We're gonna have to modify this thing to be able to spray soap so that we can really get to work. Alright, so what we're gonna need is to put a splitter right here with a high pressure shutoff valve going into another hose that'll go down and then aim straight up off of this barrel with a soaper nozzle. Trombone valve, that would work. Yeah, it's gonna need to go here. I'm gonna port this in right here with another 1/4 inch hydraulic hose coming out, and that way I can turn on and off my soaps by going like this. Everything else is stainless, so we might as well keep it that way. Ah, perfect. Soap on, soap off. Oh, look. Oh, wow, and a swiveling one to boot. You see that, girl? Do you expect that we would have such preparedness? I can't believe it. Oh yeah, that's all the way on there. Voila. What do you think of that one, Kona? I can't believe I spent an entire day rinsing that thing. Just wanted to get it sanitary so that the building would stop smelling. Are you stuck? Here. There you go. All I gotta do now is take this bolt off of here and throw a P-clamp around this with a quick connect, and the soap nozzle will be sticking up right there. Oh my god, I should be using a socket. And now we got ourselves a soapin' MOSMATIC Hurricane. Let's go fire this thing up. Man, I don't think that this is undercarriage sprayer worthy. I think I'm gonna have to hit that with the power washer directly from the front. It's busting loose a lot of paint, that's for sure. It's going pretty hard. Well, this thing's pretty powerful compared to the little guys. There are disadvantages though. Obviously this thing's pretty big. I can't go in here. That's a dead end right there. Certainly a lot more impact though when this thing hits, because the nozzles are a 0 degree and they spin, just creates this cone of destruction that goes straight up, and definitely a useful tool and something that I'll use a lot. I'm gonna come back bright and early tomorrow morning now that all the heavy sludge is kind of rinsed off of this thing, and I'll start the actual cleaning process and get this thing nice for Amy. I'm back and I'm extremely well showered. The undercarriage washers did a good job to help me reach things that I can't reach from up above, but they have their limitations. They don't hit as hard as a power washer alone does when you're aiming specifically at things. The side of like this pan right here, like that wasn't clean at all from the undercarriage washers. None of them touched that. The tops of everything, nothing was clean there because like obviously you're only spraying from underneath. So the undercarriage washers are good for like getting the stuff that's facing down that you can't get with the power washer so much. It was pretty nice to have the soap injected through the undercarriage sprayer. I think that that's something you'd want to be able to do. Any downstream injector can do that. If you just put a downstream soap injector after your power washer, if you have a way to attach a soaper nozzle to an undercarriage sprayer, it will spray soap. And I think that'll be useful like in the wintertime. You get a lot of salt underneath the undercarriage and you want to get that stuff off as much as you can, so that's helpful. I'm gloving up for the inside for sure. Thank goodness this is a relatively new truck. This thing had been around for some time. It'd be pretty rough. The Tornador MAX. This thing has been such a nice shortcut for me. Basically, it's like my normal air blaster, but it also injects whatever fluid you put in this canister here. It comes with a tactical light, but it doesn't work. So I'm gonna switch that out for a better one. This little lever, when it's turned up like that, draws whatever's in the canister, and when you turn it sideways, it just turns into an air blaster. So that's great for both applying like a cleaning solution and also drying. I've got snake oil inside this thing. I've been playing with it as a protectant for the interior of my Jeep. Basically, I put mostly water in this thing and then spike it with a little bit of snake oil. And it actually cleans really well. Let's see how this works. It has a much better smell than what we're smelling in here right now. Yeah, but snake oil does a fantastic job. I mean, look at that floor. Like, it cleans decent and it leaves a nice finish behind it. It smells good. And just swing that lever like that. Now you're drying. One-time use now. Wipe it in, and honestly, it leaves a nice matte finish. Nice and clean, smells good. Gets the poop smell out, apparently. Snake oil's a cure-all, man. Always has been. It's what snake oils are. It smells better already. The outside nice and clean. So now it's time to wash the outside, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot nicer than washing off all that sludge yesterday. What's left over now is all the film, you know, like just looking really rough until we get the soap on there. Film everywhere. I'm using drums today. Let's just Sharpie this right now. Right there. This would be the more standard size container for a large company to use. Like, you wouldn't normally be washing a fleet of trucks out of a set of gallon jugs. I mean, you could. Stuff's pretty concentrated, and I want it to go as far as possible, but in drum form, I mean, you go miles further. These are actually half the price per gallon as 1 gallon jugs end up being, because you're just saving so much on containers, caps, labor, labels, all that stuff. So anyways, let's see what this looks like when we're done. Let's go. all clean. So much better. It doesn't smell anymore in my wash bay. It's holding the water a little bit. It's probably not completely perfectly clean, although it looks okay. I don't know. It's hard to tell when things are wet. The stacks are gonna need a little bit more. Same thing with the mirrors, just a little bit on this side. But otherwise, I'm pretty happy. I think it's gonna look pretty good when it's dry. This mirror, I hit a little harder, and it actually came out pretty good. Yeah, Stars+Stripes did a pretty good job on that. I think I just had to really hammer it with the pressure. Still not perfect though. You can see there's still some bugs and stuff on there. The paint on this thing's got a little bit of metallic flake in it. Not bad. It's amazing how much more you can appreciate a truck once it's clean. I think probably if you were gonna look for the best perfect result when you're done, if something's real dirty, you're probably gonna wanna hit a brush to it, even with the Stars+Stripes, if it's been a while, because it's really just a maintenance wash. It's a shortcut. All right, let's check out how much soap we used. Pretty good. I'm not sure how many washes that is, but that's probably quite a few. How many washes are you gonna get out of a set of drums? I think it's reasonable to get at least 20 washes out of a set of gallons. 20 times 55, it's 1,000 something washes. I don't know. I mean, it's very ballpark. There's a lot of factors there. It really boils down to how you move when you do it. Are you efficient when you move? And also, how much of a power washer do you have? Some people have, you know, a 2 gallon per minute power washer, which is going to use 1/4 the amount of soap as an 8 gallon per minute power washer would. But I think on a set of drums, about 1,000 washes. I'm going to snake oil this thing next, get this thing all hydrophobic. I can tell you right now, there's some spots that I'm not happy with. I power washed really good right here, and I didn't power wash really good right here. I moved this way, left and right. I could have done a little better right there. Looking pretty good though. Still, paint feels a little rough. It's a little bit of grime. There's a few places where I could have done better. See that right there? I missed this a little bit with the pressure. Oh god. That's where I'm gonna bust out a little bit of Awesome Sauce. It's hard to see it, but there's a couple of spots with some splatter on it. So I'm gonna hit this with the Awesome Sauce real quick. Same thing with the front of the stack. I feel like that could look a little bit better. But man, you know, in general, I am pretty happy. This ain't looking bad at all. Jeez. I mean, this tank is fresh looking. Back to the cab. Pretty happy. Again, the pressure is pivotal. You can see some spots where I started to make less than ideal contact. Right there is where I missed with the pressure. Should have maintained closer contact. Looking a whole lot better than it was. Fenders are looking pretty good. This is gonna need a little bit more. This is another Awesome Sauce opportunity right here. But overall, just a little quick tune up with that and then we'll be good. Frame came out nice. Frame came out really good. This fresh paint is easier to clean than old paint for sure, no question about it. But my goodness. Underneath. Insides of the wheels I didn't get very good, obviously. Not too shabby. All right, I'm gonna bust out some tire shine, a little bit of Awesome Sauce, and then we're gonna send this thing out the door. We're giving Amy a little care package. I'm gonna surprise her with a bunch of stuff for her truck when she gets back. Glass cleaner, tire shine, Liquid X mitt wash. I know she likes the green tea scent, so we're gonna roll with that. The limited edition Awesome Sauce in blue, tire shine applicator, mitt, rags, and then our wipeouts. Hopefully she likes all this stuff. All right, tires are all dressed up. Let's hit it with some awesome sauce. This stuff is really nice. Great for that after touchless wash tune-up. It's looking like something. Look at that paint. Look at that paint. My goodness. Goulet. These spots here, definitely can't leave that. So any like bugs or junk like this, just hit this up afterwards. Oh, that's looking like a proper mirror. Oh man. The roof's coming out a little better on this one. New paint, man. Damn, look at that stack. Even the roof, looking great. Yeah, these are still pretty rough, man. Awesome Sauce is a little weak on the stains that are in, you know, stuff like this. You can do it, but it's probably a little more work than it should be. That one came out better, because I wasn't filming it. Whoa. Holy moly. All right. Which one do you want? Do you like this one? Do you like that one? What do you think? Oh, you like this one. Me too. I'm keeping this one for myself. I think Amy's here. Let's go see what she thinks about this.
Holy crap. Wow.
Seriously, right?
Honestly, that looks better than what it was when I picked it up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I did the roof. I didn't skip anything. And I did the undercarriage like crazy too.
Holy crap.
I didn't tire shine the inside of the wheels.
You missed a spot.
I missed a spot.
How
That's
can
why I
you
don't
do
charge
that?
money.
Honest to God, this looks better than dealership. I'm not ready.
Like I said, you're a big part of getting us going here and starting me down the road of like this social media thing. So like, I appreciate it.
This clean though. This
Well, it's gonna rain. You're gonna go straight into the landfill.
Oh wow. Oh, and it smells nice.
I use the green tea scent.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
It doesn't smell like poop.
Yeah, that's the best part. Well, that was the worst part when it came here.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
You didn't skip anything.
Nothing. This is all for you.
Oh, Jesus, thank you.
I figured we'd hook you up with a care package. Everything you need.
Fantastic. I can't get over this. Honest to God,
So.
I mean, this is better than what I picked it up at.
Wow, that's cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not a detailer, so, but I put everything I can in it.
So,
You know?
hey.